Bale left out of Champions League squad. City are far from done in the transfer market. The Europa League returns, the transfer roundup and Thursday favourites all coming up in the next few minutes. As I am your host Matt Froelich, you are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. So first up, and Gareth Bale has been left out of Real Madrid's squad to face Manchester City in the second leg of their round of 16 tie in the Champions League on Friday night. And in all honesty, it's not really much of a surprise. In the 11 games since the restart, Bale has only featured twice, started once, and it's clear that him and Zinedine Zidane just do not see eye to eye. Probably because Gareth Bale spends most of his time sat on the bench pissing around in the stadium. Anyway, obviously there have been so many talks about his future, whether or not he will be staying at Real Madrid, but his agent, who I seem to think really just sees Gareth Bale as a meal ticket and just wants all the money, keeps saying that Bale's going to stay at Real Madrid. That's because if he stays at Real Madrid, he picks up a ridiculous wage and his agent gets a fat cut of that. Absolutely ridiculous. There have been so many rumours linking with a move to Tottenham or a move to other teams in the Premier League as well, and it looks like Bale just can't be bothered. He'd rather just sit on the bench and, as I say, do whatever nonsense he's doing and not actually do what he's paid to do, which is play football, because when he does, he can actually be quite a decent player. This week, his teammate Casemiro has been saying that when Bale is on form, he is one of the best three players in the world. Now, we could probably argue about who the best three in the world are, but for argument's sake, let's just say Ronaldo, Messi and Neymar. To think that Gareth Bale is better than one of those three is outrageous, and we haven't even begun to discuss absolutely everybody else, as I'm sure you guys are about to do in the comment section down below. But forgetting about Gareth Bale and going to some transfers that have happened and also may happen in the upcoming weeks at Manchester City. So yesterday, Nathan Ake officially signed on the dotted line for a £40 million deal from Bournemouth. Alongside this, Ferran Torres also joined the club as well, and they are not done yet. There have been loads of rumours that they're still looking for quite a few players. First off, there's Kalidou Koulibaly, although this one looks rather difficult. Napoli want to hold out for a lot of money, and the replacement that they've lined up, and Gabriel Magalhaes from Lille, looks like he's chosen to join Arsenal instead. So maybe Napoli will hold on to Koulibaly for the moment, and City won't be getting him. Elsewhere, there's also a rumour that they're looking at Lautaro Martinez if he doesn't move to Barcelona. And finally, this is quite a far-fetched one, João Felix. Now, of course, he only moved to Atletico Madrid last summer in a whopping deal over 110 million euros. So Manchester City are probably going to have to pay that or more if they're going to get him. On top of that, a ridiculous amount of money per week for the Portuguese star, and all while being closely watched by the financial fair play regulations. Nah, they're not really being closely watched. It's Manchester City. Anyway, can you imagine if actually Pep Guardiola and his side managed to pull that one off and bring in João Felix? Unbelievable. Although I'm not sure Phil Foden will be too happy. So next up, it's the Europa League action, which has returned. And if 2020 wasn't weird enough, well, Jesse Lingard scored. Not only did he score, it means he's got 2 goals in his last 2 games for Manchester United. What on earth is going on? Anyway, they beat LASK 2-1 to see a 7-1 victory on aggregate and take them through to the next round of the Europa League, where they'll meet Copenhagen, who managed to turn around a 1-0 deficit in the first leg against Istanbul Başakşehir and win 3-0 on the night. Now, this is rather interesting because what it does is it changes the coefficiency points. Basically, because the Turkish side didn't have a very good showing, it now means that the Turkish league has lost their automatic Champions League spot for the team in the league. What it does mean is that now the Eredivisie champions will go straight into the Champions League group stage rather than having to go through the qualifiers. Although technically, the Eredivisie cancelled their season and didn't name a champion, so I'm not quite sure what's going to go on there. Anyway, talking of Manchester United and their former player Romelu Lukaku was on the score sheet, as was former Spurs man Christian Eriksen, as Inter Milan made it through to the next round of their 2-0 victory over Getafe as well. There was also a nightmare arena for Wolfsburg as they lost 3-0 to Shakhtar. So next up, and a quick round-up of the rest of the day's transfer news, where out-of-contract Bournemouth winger Ryan Fraser has received 2 contract offers from Fulham and from Crystal Palace. Southampton have agreed a £10.9 million deal and have signed Real Valladolid defender Mohamed Salisu. Josep Bartomeu, the Barcelona president, has said that Marc-Andre ter Stegen has signed a new contract, keeping the goalkeeper at the club until 2025. And lastly but not least, Arda Turan, who actually was still unbelievably a Barcelona player, which I'd completely forgotten about, is no longer a Barcelona player. Yesterday, he signed for Galatasaray in Turkey. So finally, we come to this week's Thursday favourites, where you guys asked me some of my 5 favourite things in football in the comment section. This week's is a rather interesting one. It comes from Wesley Shongwe, who said that now that there are promoted teams in the Premier League, who are the 5 players to look out for? So first off, we're starting with Marek Rodak, the Fulham goalkeeper who didn't play the whole season. He came in a few months in, and since then has been unbelievable. 14 clean sheets in 33 appearances in the Championship means that he has the best clean sheet to game ratio out of any goalkeeper in the league, and has also saved 76% of the shots that Fulham have faced. He will definitely be one to look out for next season. Moving into defence, and Ben White actually is an unbelievable defender. He played every single minute of Leeds' victorious title-winning campaign this season, and next season you can look forward to seeing him in the Premier League, just not with Leeds. He is actually on loan from Brighton. Now, Leeds want him back. Liverpool have been rumoured to want him as a backup to Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk now that Dejan Lovren has left, and well, if he's that good, which Brighton know that he is, probably they're going to insert him into their starting 11. Alongside this, and there's another Leeds player on the list, Calvin Phillips. For those of you who haven't seen the midfield dynamo play, what an unbelievable player. Not just this season as Leeds won the Championship, but the season before as well. 2 consistently brilliant years in which he was, you could argue, the best player in the Championship. If he doesn't get a move to another Premier League side, you can definitely bank on him being really impressive for Marcelo Bielsa's side next term. Next up, and it's Mateus Pereira from second place West Brom with 8 goals and 17 assists. It was an unbelievable deal to bring him in, and it's been an even better bargain to sign him on a permanent basis. 9 million is the fee that they've paid to Sporting in Portugal after a season-long loan, and really the attacking midfielder should be lighting up the Premier League next season, regardless of the fact he's playing in a newly promoted team. And lastly but not least, it's a familiar face that you've seen in the Premier League with Newcastle and Fulham before, but he is back. Alexander Mitrovic, 26 goals this season in the Championship, the Golden Boot winner of the division. You can be sure that he'll be leading the line for Fulham next season, and hopefully avoiding what happened last time, which is a drop straight back down into the Championship. So there you have it, my 5 favourite players to look out for next season that have just been promoted. But what are your thoughts? You guys let me know in the comment section down below, and your thoughts on the rest of today's daily news as we approach the more exciting Europa League and Champions League action. Whilst you're at it, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.